Hi there, this is Manal once again, and in today's video we will find out how to boost your Wi-Fi signal with the help of a old router. We are going to do this in 3 steps. So in the first step, we will connect our main router and find out its SSID and password. In the second step, we will configure the secondary router such that it has the same SSID and password of the main router. And finally, in the third step, we will connect both these routers with an Ethernet cable. So now that we understand the basic, let's get started. To get this thing working, we are going to need 2 Wi-Fi routers, or even if you have a Wi-Fi modem, it will work fine. So this is our main router which is connected to the ISP internet line, and this is our secondary router which will work as a repeater. Second thing that you are going to need is few meters of Cat5 or Cat6 Ethernet cable. I got this 10 meter of Cat5 cable from my local store for less than $2. And finally, you will need a computer with an Ethernet port to configure your routers. So once you have them, you are ready to go. So open up your computer and launch your favorite browser. Here I am assuming that you are already connected to your main router. So in the Omni box, type in your router IP address. Now if you don't know what it is, open up your command prompt and type in ipconfig/all for Windows. And if you are on Mac, then type in route-and get default. Scroll down till you see the default gateway, and the IP address corresponding to that will be your router login page. Usually it is either 192.168.1.1 or 192.168.0.1. In my case it is 1.1, so I will type it in my browser window. Next, it will ask you for the username and password. Again, if you don't know what it is, look at the back of your router and you will find it out. Or you can also do a simple Google search with the device model number. In most cases, it is either admin and admin or admin and password. Once done, hit enter to login. Now in the router setting page, go to the wireless option. Here we will need to write down the router's SSID, mode, channel, and also the password if you have password protected your network. So for the simplicity of this tutorial, I am showing this value in a pop-up form, but you should write it in a piece of paper or in the text editor of your computer. Now close your browser and disconnect your Wi-Fi so that our connection to the main router is terminated. Now take your secondary router and power it on. At the back of the router, you will see a small hole with a reset written at the bottom of it. So simply take a nib of your pen and press it down for 5 to 10 seconds till you see the light of the router blinking, and that's it. It will put your router to factory settings. Now keep the router powered on and connect this to your computer using the Ethernet cable. So put one end of the Ethernet cable into the LAN port and other to the Ethernet jack of your computer. Now again, open up your router login page using the same method that we did in the step 1. Here my router IP address is 192.168.1.1 and the login credentials are admin and admin. So once you see the router setting page, go to the wireless option, and once you are there, you will have to enter the same SSID, mod, password and encryption type that we have written down from the step 1. Next, you will have to make sure that there is no conflict between the main and secondary router. So first, turn off the DHCP in secondary router. We are doing this since our main router will do all the work of assigning the IP address to all the devices. And second, change the IP address of your secondary router. Here for this instance, both of these routers have the IP address of 192.168.1.1. So I will change the IP address of the secondary router to 1.200. So basically you can use any IP address you want, just make sure that the IP address of the secondary router is far away from the range of first one. And finally, now we have to make sure that this secondary router work as a repeater, right? So make sure that your channel mode is set to router only and not to gateway. So in some routers you won't see this channel mode option, like in this one. So in that case you will have to look for the NAT option and then make sure that it is disabled. So overall what we are doing here is copy the settings from the main routers like SSID and password and then pasting it to the secondary router. Second, make sure that there is no conflict between our two routers, and we are doing that by turning off the DHCP and changing the router's IP address. And third, we are making sure that our secondary router only works in the router mode and not as a gateway. So once you are done, save changes and disconnect your secondary router. Now that we have configured both the routers, we are ready to move to the final step. That is connecting both these routers with Ethernet cable. So take your Ethernet cable and connect one end at the LAN port of the main router and other end to the LAN port of secondary router. Now make sure that you are connecting it to the LAN port only and not to the WAN port of secondary router. And that's it. So overall what we are doing here is, with the help of this Ethernet cable, we are sending the internet from this main router to secondary router. And since both of these routers have a same SSID, they have become the part of same network. And the device jumping back and forth between these routers will automatically join the one which has best signal. Well, this is all for now. If you have any question or if you just want to say thanks, then let me know in the comment section below. Also, like and share this video if you find it useful. This will help us to grow this channel. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, then do it now. I make videos on tech tips and tricks for better life. So this is all for now. It's Mrinal signing off, and like always, thanks for watching.